Yeah.
It really is. And that is what the most beautiful thing about Weight Watchers is that it can just be a part of your life, and it's just something you get used to, and then you just have this knowledge about what you're putting in your body
Mm-hmm.
instead of just being like, oh, I hope this doesn't put weight on, like what's
Mm-hmm.
right once you try it.
Yeah, you know how to take care of yourself. It's funny because
Mhm.
you were talking about how your kids are teaching you so much, and it just
Yeah,
sounds like in so many ways you're learning so much.
I am. I
Uh,
I really my kids just give me a really healthy perspective
mm,
on life, and um, I definitely stay active having them up and down my stairs all the time. I mean, I do wear a pedometer, so it like blows my mind how many steps that I actually do get in the day. I was like, I need to put a pedometer on Maxwell. I want to know how many steps that little girl
yeah,
takes in a day. This is
that's a good
amazing.
question. And how many calories kids
I
must burn
know. It's
moving
yeah,
constantly?
absolutely.
So you've been through a lot of wonderful changes in your life, and a lot of women wonder how they should adjust their wardrobe in the middle of their weight loss journeys. So can you give us some tips on pieces that help through those transition points?
Um, for me, I'm definitely a layering type of
Mm,
girl. The more clothes I can buy, the more fun it is. I do see the positive in layering. It's not always that you're trying to hide, but I mean, you want to accentuate the things that you love most about yourself.
hmm
For me, after having a baby, um, like in the interim of losing my weight, I wore leggings and blazers all the time. But I also wanted to accentuate my waist. I was so happy to have somewhat of a waistline back after my stomach was past my knees. So this is one of the looks that I like keeping it tonal, keeping it all, just keep it all black for a little bit or all of your favorite color. But then there's also, this is a part of the Jessica Simpson collection, this dress that I wore to an in-store the other day. Not the other day, but a couple months ago, I guess. Time flies.
Right? That's the other thing with kids.
But we like to put things, even though I'm wearing a stripe, which people say isn't flattering, we like to put things that accentuate the waist. So we put a darker band in the center. So I mean,
hmm
there's little things like that.
Little tricks.
And then throughout your pregnancy, I mean, this is one of the employees for Destination Maternity who does my maternity line for the Jessica Simpson collection. And this is pregnant, and then this is after baby, just throwing a blazer on over it. But even when I was pregnant, I wore a lot of blazers, and I like to keep it chic and classy. But I'm always a fan, like even of fun jackets, and I mean, I'm an accessories girl, so I think having your staple pair of jeans, a great dress, I think ruching is a very
hmm
important part of dressing for after you have a baby, or even when you're pregnant. Ruching looks so cute on your belly, I think.
I think so too,
Yeah.
right? It's so flattering. And then afterwards, when you're trying to kind of like hide stuff, it's
Yeah.
flattering
Yeah,
too.
no, that's the thing. It's like being able to wear things that you don't feel uncomfortable in. I mean, you're already a little bit uncomfortable, but once you start having more kids, you're chasing after your kids. You don't have time to feel uncomfortable. You don't have time to be thinking about, yourself and what you're looking like. But it is important to take that time as a mother for
For
yourself,
you,
and
yeah. And the better you feel, the better you can be as a mom.
Maxwell, because of my career and what I do, Maxwell is going to grow up in such a crazy world, and I just want to keep it as sane and as positive as I possibly can for her. Um, and I always want her to know how beautiful she is, and I think that we can't ever encourage anybody to feel beautiful unless we feel beautiful. And there is so much character in that, and I feel like knowing that Maxwell's going to be looking up to me, it just gives me that much more incentive to really just take care of myself.
It's amazing what keeps us focused in
Yeah.
life. These are all such wonderful answers. You, like I said, you're so inspiring.
Thank you.
We have some folks in our hangout with us who are
Awesome.
dying to ask you
Oh, I
some
can't wait.
questions. So first up, we have Carrie Gans. Carrie is a registered dietitian and author. You can find her at Carrie Gans. So Carrie, what questions do you have for Jessica?
Okay, here it is. I think it's very
Hi, Carrie.
apropos. Hi, great to be here, and it's been great listening to you.
Oh, thank
All
you.
right, this time of year, it's very apropos that I ask this question. Are you a fan of resolutions? And if so, what is the best approach you think people should have to be successful with them?
For me, if I just make one big resolution, I feel like I blow it within the first week. I do like my resolution is to make more resolutions. I want every week to have a goal so I can pat myself on the back, or I can have something to be proud of, because when I do see, when I do achieve my goals or my resolutions, it keeps me going, and it makes me want to just, I don't want to stop. So I feel like sometimes a big resolution, you can put a lot of pressure on yourself, and there's less pressure with smaller goals. We all know what we want and how we want to feel, and but for me, I don't really make one big resolution.
Really lets you be successful all along the way too. That's what I always tell
Yeah,
my members, because I think you build confidence as you go, and so you get to
right.
achieve more than you ever would have otherwise.
Yeah, I believe that. I truly do. And the bigger my resolution starts to get, it's like I just feel like I'm a failure. It's like,
Mm.
wait, can I get to this? This is way too far off. Like, I'm not going to achieve that for another 4 months. So how am I going to, like, I don't know if I have it in me for another 4 months.
Overwhelming.
Yeah, it's very overwhelming. So I think that the small stuff.
Wisdom from someone who has accomplished so much. So thank you for that question. Let's turn it over to Nancy now. Nancy's a blogger, and she just celebrated her 1 year anniversary on Weight